Welcome to the Biscuit Boys show with him, Mrs. Brown, and me, the Gabby Cabby, on SRB Radio in association with Griffiths Clothing. On today's show we have music by Lina, The Swagger and Stone Foundation, and joining us a little bit later is Paolo Hewitt to talk about his new book. But first, let's get kicked off with Shatter Like Glass by Stuart Landon. So take it away, boy. Over to you.
Recognize almost unreachable miles. All that's between us now is the laughing of this cloud. Not enough words, too many fights. Take your aim, pull the trigger, fire and watch me fall. No, this ain't my curtain call. You know that this won't last. I will rise again. Pull a bullet from my heart. Watch me turn my back as you shatter like glass. Shadows fall around us now. Live with hope for tomorrow. Look through each other's souls, searching for the answers now. Rising anger makes us lose control. Take your aim, pull the trigger, fire and watch me fall. Fall. See the tears roll down my face, but no, this ain't my curtain call. You know that this won't last. I will rise again. Pull a bullet from my heart. Watch me turn my back. You know I will. Watch me turn my back as you share.
Like glass.
The magnificent sound of Stuart Landon, who was going to join us today. He was going to do a co-presenting job with us, but unfortunately something's happened and he's not going to be able to make it. But he will make the next Biscuit Boys show, which will be on the 20th of November. So my co-host for that will be Stuart Landon, talking about his new EP, and he's also touring America. How you doing anyhow, mate?
I'm good, so if he's going to be a co-host, what am I going to be?
Well, you're just a producer.
Coco.
Well, you're just a coffee maker, and you're the one who just fiddles with the knobs and makes us sound half decent. You're never going to make us sound decent, and to be fair, you're never going to make me look decent, because I'm on that poxy camera, and I've noticed that you're in you're in HD.
That's better.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think we should have a whole show like that.
When we do the Audie show, or when we do the football shows, or when we do any other show apart from the Biscuit Boys show, I'm in Studio 2 or Studio 3, which you can't actually see, mate. So last night I was watching England and Hammer, Spain, What a fantastic first half
good?
performance. So, well, again, I'm guessing you didn't watch any of it. I know you've got your Tilton Talk show, but you don't like other football that doesn't involve Birmingham City.
I didn't think we'd have anybody watching last night, but really busy.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah, it was good.
Well done. Well, lots and lots of people, millions of people watched England absolutely annihilate Spain.
Yeah, good.
I think the scoreline flattered Spain a little bit, to be fair, 3-2, because England's first half performance was absolutely sublime. And as a consequence, I didn't bother having a shave, mate. But there we go. Back to Studio One. It's all about you. Come on, then. What you got? Have you got your 6 likes as well?
No.
So let's have a track.
All right, maybe 2 tracks.
Sorry,
maybe 2 tracks.
No, well, let's have a track. We'll talk about it. We'll do
All right.
It's a bit more Biscuit Boys-ish.
Yeah.
It's not a Biscuit Boys music show. It's the Biscuit Boys show. We've had more comebacks than Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
To be fair,
I think there's a couple of tracks today that our friend Anne-Marie's going to like.
Is Anne-Marie on the Showbox yet?
No. Oh, I don't
She
know.
will be.
She will be in a bit,
yeah. She's possibly the only one that really listens and watches the Biscuit Boys show, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, no, we do have quite a poor response to the Biscuit Boys show, but we do love it, and we do one every 4 to 6 weeks now, and we play your tracks sent in to us by our email, which is tracks@sports-radio.co.uk. So please keep sending them, and all the tracks do go on to daily rotation at srbradio.com. So come on, mate, what you got next for me? And I want your 6 likes.
Warped.
Eh?
Not Your Mind. That's the title of the next track.
Oh, okay.
Warped.
Yeah, let's have it. By whom?
I
don't know.
I reckon they've got this the wrong way around. The artist is not your girlfriend's.
Well, let's listen to it and let's make our own minds up.
All right.
To sing along. Everything we do, it all goes back to you. So please carry on. And all I wanna do is find a simple tune and sing it all night long. And now I'm waiting, always waiting. I want you to love me. It's all just hysteria. Let's jump and grab the area. To sing along. Everything we do, it all goes back to you. So please carry on. And all I wanna do is find a simple tune and sing it all night long. And now I'm waiting, always waiting. I want you to love me. It's all just hysteria. Let's jump and cry.
tell you what, that ended abruptly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking about the FBI then, and she just left it, didn't she?
Yeah, and you wrecked the studio as well.
Yeah, I know. It's
Straight
funny.
into the green
It is.
screen.
It is close to the door.
No.
And
There's a
to
gap
be fair,
there
I
of about
wasn't.
6 foot.
I wasn't even thinking.
No, you don't think, do you?
Nah.
You're useless.
Mind you, my missus didn't last night. I got the blame for it. I was feeding the cat, and I put the cat. She was doing the washing up, so I put the cat's dish in the middle, and then she fell over it. But she knew it was. Well, she should have known that it was there because I was talking to her, and the cat.
Yeah.
Saying it because cats are funny, ain't they? You ain't got a cat, you got a dog. How is Derek,
I've
by
had
the
2
way?
cats.
Yeah.
2 cats, yeah.
But and like, I've got 2 cats, but they don't like eating by each other.
No.
So they have to move the dishes, and now
Yeah.
she wouldn't eat there because the missus was doing the washing up.
Cats are like that.
So I moved the cat's dish into the middle of the room, and then all of a sudden, while I'm watching the England-Spain game,
That's the cat.
no, that was the missus falling over the cat's
yeah.
dish. And then I got a right round of, and then she stormed off to bed, which they do, don't they,
They
sometimes?
do, yeah.
So there you go. Have you got your 6 likes?
Oh, I forgot. No, because I was
God, so can't you multitask?
I've been trying to fix the bloody thing that you broke
To be
in the
fair, it
back.
only took you seconds.
It took me
Didn't it?
ages.
It took you about 3 seconds.
It's not right now.
Well, you ain't right now, I could
Because
tell
look,
you
I've had
that.
to come right over here
Right,
now.
what should we have elephant trees on next then?
Yeah, because you like this.
Yeah.
I know you like this because you like it a bit slow.
Let's have it then. What's
Here
it
you go.
called?
Uncomfortable?
Oh, yeah.
Very.
Hello again, is this the end? I've heard it all before. My legs are tired and my brain rewired, along with everything it stood for. I feel it come with all the follows. I come undone in all my sorrows. Hello again, please be the end. There's something so familiar, but still I'm not prepared. As I take my mother's wisdom, she whispers it's normal to be scared. But scared isn't the feeling, if the feeling isn't there. And I'm floating without motion, and I'm heading nowhere. Are you uncomfortable yet? Are you uncomfortable yet? Oh, this is real generational feel. Are you uncomfortable yet? I push it down before I drown, but something pulls me backwards. It seeps inside, grows through the tide, and I fall for the attacker. I suffocate and I let it happen, asphyxiated in a monthly pattern. This is my crown, and down, down, and down. Are you uncomfortable yet? Are you uncomfortable yet? Oh, this is real generational feel. Are you uncomfortable yet? Are you uncomfortable yet? Are you uncomfortable yet? Oh, this is real generational feel. Are you uncomfortable yet? Depressed and a little possessed, no time to rest. Cause you gotta say yes, he's drunk, she's high, I've lost my mind. Who's to blame? I don't wanna digress, don't tell her. We've got no respect, cause it's not your age, it's your lack of intellect. And yes, we care just a little too much, not lost our way, you're out of touch. Cause I'm tired of being tired and I'm tired of being sad. Tired of being hung up on this, tired of being mad. Tired of overcaring and I'm tired of giving up. Tired of giving up cause it's never enough. Then don't you like my knowledge red necklace? Don't it make you feel pretty and reckless? Please just listen to your kids. Are you uncomfortable yet? Are you uncomfortable yet? Oh, this is real generational feel. Are you uncomfortable yet?
What?
There you go.
Oh,
Uncomfortable by the Elephant Tree.
good, decent. That's
Getting lots of
two,
good reviews there.
two girl vocals there,
Yeah.
don't they? Female vocals.
Really good.
Just wish She'sby happy birthday, by the way. And we've got a track from Stone Fave Nation coming up a little bit later in the show before we connect with Paolo Hewitt to talk to his new book, talk to us about his new book, Colour Me Father. So have you done your likes yet?
No, not yet. I'm
No,
gonna
you're
do
still
it.
not. You struggle
Nah.
to multitask, don't you? Hey, Brexit's going well, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah,
Right,
it's done.
okay.
Deal's
So-
done, almost.
When is
Did
it
you
up-
hear it yesterday?
When is it happening?
Well, we don't know.
Oh, right.
No, we don't know. There's still a big issue with the
is it?
Irish border
Right.
because they don't want the border to be like out at sea, do they? Because if
Oh,
it's
of
out
course you
at
don't
sea,
want
the
it out at
border,
sea,
then you know Ireland would then be construed as a united country,
Right.
which the DUP don't want that. I mean, the other lot do. The 22 counties do, but the 6 don't.
No, right, okay.
It's amazing, isn't it, really? Only in Ireland, probably, can you get 6 that outvote 22.
Yeah.
It's mad, isn't it? I mean, if that was the Premier League and they were voting for something and the 6 top teams, right?
Yeah, but it's two separate countries.
Yeah, but, like, is it really? It's one country, isn't it?
Well, no, it is
But it's-
really.
No, but no. It's
one island.
No, well, it's one country, but it was then separated. A
Yeah.
little bit like Germany, wasn't it? East and West Germany.
Yeah.
It's always amazing. I mean, that wall come down. Why doesn't the wall come down with North and South Ireland?
Because they don't want it.
Some would.
Well,
Don't
some
they?
wouldn't.
Yeah, well, that's it. Well, I'm guessing some didn't in Eastern Germany and some did in
No,
Western.
most of them in East Germany did. won't
Did
it?
they really?
Yeah,
Do you
yeah,
think
yeah.
so?
They got
And
fed,
West
they got
Germany as
fed
well.
up of being
Do you think
tortured
it was
and stuff.
completely unanimous? Did they put the vote to the people though, or just like got the?
It was the
brought
people
wall
that
down?
actually. It was the people that actually started it. all
But
off,
really,
I'm
I
afraid.
suppose in Ireland there isn't actually a wall, is there?
No, there isn't. No, they can just
Yeah.
walk across. 246 crossings there is,
Yeah.
which is more than there is in the E EU.
Yeah, but that is a sticky thing, isn't it? That border, and
is.
can you actually see it happening where the whole of Brexit is rolled out and it's going to be for the benefit of the British people?
Oh no.
I can't.
No.
And then when they've sorted out that thorny subject, they've got the trade deals with 27 member states. Good luck with that one.
Good luck with it all.
Yeah.
Don't blame me.
Well, I didn't. I voted to remain. Only because I thought, do you know something? Better the devil you know.
Below the devil, you know.
You know, I don't think it's I don't think Europe is ideal. But what is ideal? Our government's not ideal. FIFA's not ideal. UEFA's not ideal.
Yeah.
Any football club that you support's not ideal. Nothing's not. The BBC, nothing's ideal. We're not ideal. But,
Don't knock
you know,
it till you try it.
it's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Suck it and see.
Yeah.
It's an old Indian proverb.
What would you like to suck and see?
Oh, I can't mention it on this programme.
Do you like mince?
Pardon? You said mince or mince?
Mince.
Oh, right.
Mince.
Mince, sucking mince.
Yeah, but that's what you suck, don't you?
Yeah.
If I could suck it and see, I'd suck it Everton mint.
My ears, it sounded like if I could suck you and see.
I like Everton mints, I do.
Yeah.
I like the bit in the middle of an Everton mint. And that girl used to chuck 'em out at Goodison Park as well, didn't she?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
she probably still does.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there have been a few cutbacks in football, hasn't there?
Was she naked
recently?
when she did it? Or not?
No, she wasn't naked. She was fully clothed. You couldn't have a naked girl go around throwing sweets to men, could you? Really?
I'm guessing you'd pull the crowd in. Very bored. Come on, be honest. He would though, wouldn't
Well, I suppose if there was a well-endowed
he? Yeah.
like lady, shall we say, riding on a horse or something, like Lady Godiva. They
Yeah.
could do it at Coventry, possibly, and get away with it.
I mean, if you knew,
Because they do
if
need
you-
a few more in the
If
crowd.
you knew at half time there was going to be like a well-endowed lady coming
Yeah.
round, half time,
Yeah.
you know, showing her wares, would you bother with a pucker pie?
Well, if you're going to put... But I don't go no more.
No.
I went on strike
But
5-6 years
but
ago.
would you?
Nah, not really, to be fair.
Exactly.
No.
You'd rather have a pucker pie, wouldn't you?
Well,
It's an age thing, yeah.
yeah. I mean,
I'd rather have a bacon sandwich.
would you really?
Yeah. I
Mind
wouldn't
you,
mind a glimpse.
to be fair, they don't do bacon sandwiches at the back of, the back of the Tilton.
No,
do they?
they should do.
Are you still sitting on the Tilton?
I'll cop corner if I go, yeah.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Do you go many? Do you go
Yeah,
that
I go as
often
many as
these
I can
days?
go to,
When you get a free
yeah.
ticket?
No, I haven't had a free ticket for about 2 years.
Have you not really? So Blues don't
What's
look after you
going
no
on?
more.
What's going on?
I don't know. Have you got your 6 likes yet?
No, I've
Right, play a record,
next-
get your 6
okay.
likes, because we're going to have to... we're going to link up with Paolo at 11 o'clock.
All right,
And
this
we're
is,
doing a few tracks.
This is Brighter by 10th Electric. Here we go.
Thinking back to last summer, it was a day like no other, just blue skies reflecting in your eyes. I talked through the night till 7 and said that it felt like heaven in the summer haze, and I could listen for days. You were dancing next to me. I worthy found God for seasons in one day. We didn't mind the rain. I can't forget the way you smiled. In Shangri-La we were running wild. It's these days when you rolled sideways.
So that was 10th Electric, and the
Yeah.
song's called Brighter.
Very you too. I'm having trouble with my phone. Well,
you?
the Wi-Fi here.
Right,
I'm just trying to share this football league fan banter. Ross Wallace nicking Huddersfield Town's tactics. You know, and a player comes on and he's got a message for the player. You know, and he's giving him a piece of paper to read. Wallace has just took off him and had a look at it. I mean, why do they do that? I mean, if you're a footballer, surely, and that, like, he's got the number 9 on the back, so I'm guessing his job's to score goals.
There isn't any footballers called Shirley.
Come on, 6 likes.
Sorry, oh yeah, here we go. These are the most random 6 likes you've ever heard.
Yeah, go on him.
Okay, Bonfire Nights, because
Yeah. Why? Why do you like Bonfire Nights?
nights. It's not one night anymore, is it?
Is it not?
No, it starts in bloody September, doesn't it?
Well,
With
not
fireworks
bonfire.
and stuff.
No, but Bonfire Night isn't fireworks. You have fireworks all year round now, don't you?
Yeah, but it never used to be. It used to
Well,
be
no, not
5th of
in
November.
the 70s.
Remember
the 5th of November.
Remember
We used to go and build our bonfires.
Yeah.
We used to build a guy and then stick the guy forks on the top as well.
Put the teacher in the middle and burn a lot.
Next.
Pens that get lost. Isn't that amazing? You put a pen
Yeah.
down and it's gone.
I can do that with anything. Mind you, Paul Daniels was good at stuff like that.
Not a
It's
lot.
magic!
Not a lot.
Yeah.
Licorice.
Yeah.
Do like licorice. Never used to.
Why? What made you start liking licorice?
Because I've just been given some. I got given a load for my birthday, and I ate it all.
Do you like celery?
Who?
Do you like celery?
I do actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you didn't used to like?
Nah.
What
celery,
do you like?
Celery, you burn more calories up
Eating
it than you get
than
from
eating
it.
it, yeah.
Apparently,
Yeah.
Amazing. Trump's hair, isn't it amazing? It's like
I think
it's like a work of art.
Trump is amazing anyhow.
It is like a work of
He's
art,
his
isn't it?
own kind of like creature. I mean, he's but he just makes everything up as he goes along. I don't think he thinks about anything. I mean, he's said about climate change now. I don't like disagree with it. It'll like all change again, won't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's quite frightening to think that there's this creature in America who is possibly the biggest bellend on the planet that's running one of the world's most powerful nations.
Yeah.
It's frightening.
Frightening, scary, yeah.
Go on.
The word, sorry.
Yeah.
Glamping.
Glamping.
Yeah,
as a,
glamping.
like, clamping.
No, it's like camping.
Oh,
like
okay.
Glamorous camping.
Oh,
isn't
is
it?
that what it is?
Yeah,
Have
yeah.
you ever done it?
Pardon?
Have you?
No.
You've never been glamping?
I've never been glamping. I like the word
Yeah.
glamping. It's
Yeah.
nice, isn't it?
Why say you're going camping?
Yeah.
What's
Why-
the difference with glamping?
Well,
Why
it's
don't you just
it's
go in a
posh.
caravan?
It's posh camping. Yeah, why don't you just
You know
go in
what I
a
mean?
caravan, yeah.
Because if it's posh camping, it ain't camping, is it?
No.
Camping's a tent, something on the floor.
Yeah.
So if you have something like that's more glamorous than that, it ain't camping, is it?
No. If you haven't been bitten by something, then it's not camping.
What, like a dog or a bird?
I'm thinking of insects.
Oh, really?
Yeah, earwigs.
But I suppose in some of these fields, that they do go camping in, there's some, right little nippers out there, aren't there?
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah. Go on, him.
And my last one, Joe Dolce.
You like Joe Dolce? You
Hey,
thought Paolo was Joe Dolce, didn't you?
Hey, I got no respect. Hey, why you look so sad?
Didn't that keep the jam off?
Yeah, something
Was
like
it
that.
the bitterest
yeah,
pill?
yeah.
Did it keep the bitterest
Yeah, I
pill
think
off?
you're
Number
right, yeah.
one.
It did,
I'm
yeah.
sure it did.
Yeah, I think
so.
you're
Remember
right.
Daz Ale? When I used to go into WM
He was just on, he was.
Hey?
He was just on.
Yeah.
He was just on watching us.
Sorry,
He was just watching us.
who Daz?
Yeah, he's gone now.
Was he? I'll come back, Daz. I'll just tell a story about you. Well, he used to. He done an interview. Hey, thanks, Daz. All 30 seconds worth.
Yeah, it wasn't that long.
Has Gabby got any better? No,
Oh,
turn him
fuck.
off.
Oh, great.
Well,
Get off.
So he was interviewing Joe Dolce.
Yeah.
And Joe Dolce kept going. I mean, he absolutely loved Shut Up Your Face. Which
Yeah.
he would, because it was his only, it.
Yeah.
Well, he kept going on and going on and going on. And then Daz said, "Oh, Joe, shut up your face," and put the phone down on him. And then also Stoke City, remember Nick Hancock's?
Mm-hmm.
And Nick Hancock, he'd phoned in. Daz was, he wasn't having a go, but he was just saying it as he sees it about Stoke and the way that Pulis used to play the football. So Nick Hancock phoned into WM, started having a go at him, and he says, for some people they think it's all over. For you it is now. Bang! Put the phone down on him as well.
What happened to Nick Hancock's?
Well, again, it's like everything. You're in vogue and then you're not, are you?
Straight. I used to love that show.
Yeah, it was
I
good,
did.
yeah.
It was a great show.
What was it called?
It's not. If it's all over now, it's not all over now. It is now. What is it called? What was it called?
They think it's all over.
That's it. Yeah,
Div.
it's not all over. They think it is.
Right, come on then. Let's get Child of Wonder by Stone Foundation. A happy birthday to Neil Sheesby, the bass guitarist of the world's greatest band. And we're going to get Paolo Hewitt on the phone. He's going to tell us all about his new book, Colour Me Father.
During my second day on earth, the nurse came and stole me from my mother. For I'd been born in a thunderstorm, and knew not the source of my lightning. A ghost in starch walked me down a corridor, and then threw me out into the black night. I landed and I tumbled and I rolled, until the wind of misfortune picked me up and rushed me to the darkest place. As a child, I lived only in fear. Brutality shamed me so much that I could hardly look in the mirror. But we're not here to talk about the pain, are we? Nah. We're here for something much more valuable. Aren't we, Stone Foundation? That's right. I want to tell you about how I found the spirit. Young soul heard the music of Liverpool and London, the music of Detroit and Memphis, and it took me to the clouds that keep all our secrets, and that is where this daydream believer began to live. But more importantly, it's where you can live too. Magic protected me. I read the words of Dickens and Homer. I became Hercules, I sailed the seven seas. Then I ran on the street and I dodged faking. And finally I grew with great expectations. Later on the films came, lighting the fire, lighting the candles, Bobby and Marty in particular, showing the way. And of all the songs I heard, I think of the one where the beautiful woman stepped up to the mic and she sang that love is the only transportation to where there is total communication. And then the trouble man sang. And he said that God is love. And I knew then that there is love inside all of us. For love will take you out of the dark and into the light. Take you to the skies and make good all that was bad. Find the spirit. Find it every day. And when you do, you'll watch the world turn to gold. You are the child of wonder, and always will be.
You are the child of wonder. Now joining me is the singer, or the talker of Child of Wonder by Stone Foundation, Paolo Hewitt. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Good to talk to you. How are you doing?
Yeah, good. On my second day on Earth, a nurse came and stole me from my mother. Let's start there, because that actually happened to you. Did you write that song, Child of Wonder?
No, I wrote the lyrics to it, and
Yeah.
the Stone Foundation boys put the music to it.
Yeah.
What happened was I wrote a thing called To Find a Spirit, and then Neil Jones nicked the title for his album, so I had to come up with another title. So I came up with Child of Wonder. But it was the same lyrics, same thing. They'd read my book, The Looked After Kid, and liked it, so it was kind of an idea to kind of marry words and music together.
Because it is amazing how different people are looking at people. Did you know Stone Foundation at that time, and did they know you?
Yeah, I'd met them years before.
Yeah.
When they were supporting Dr. Robert or the Blow Monkeys, can't remember which one, at the 100 Club.
Yeah.
And I met Neil and the boys then, and it's shared interest, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good music, football. Well, you've got Leeds and Man United, so you're struggling a bit there. But they like football and clothes and stuff and all that kind of stuff. So we got on really well, and I wrote about them in The Guardian, actually. I did a piece about Northern Soul and mentioned them in there, which of course set them on the road to fame and fortune. So I've known them a long time.
Now, let's go back to the early days and let's have a little bit of your upbringing, because literally, we're going to start from there. A nurse did take you away from your mother after 2 days. So you tell the story about your early days, Paolo.
Well, my mother had come over in 1947 from Italy, a place called Sorrento near Napoli, and she had two children. Then she had a breakdown. I think we should have had the breakdown today. She'd have probably got a social worker and Prozac and be back on her feet in 3 months' time. But in those days when you had a breakdown, you were just rushed into hospital and left there to rot. So that's where she was. She was put in 52, and in 57 she had an affair with someone, which was obviously it was a huge scandal at the hospital. And in 58, July 58, I came along. I mean, the hospital. I mean, check this out. The hospital thought, when she started showing that she's Italian. Italian women put on weight.
Yeah.
So they didn't realise until a month before I was born that she was actually pregnant. So once that happened, then I was kind of whisked away, and then I went into care. I was put in a kind of nursery thing. I don't remember anything about it really until I was about 3 years old. Yeah. In fact, my first memory is actually being above my cot looking down on myself, which is my first ever memory. And then this woman came along who wanted to foster me. And unfortunately, she did. And I say unfortunately because she was a complete nightmare, and she made my childhood an absolute nightmare for 6 years. And then, when I was 10 years old, she threw me out, and I went back into care. And I went to Burbank Children's Home in Woking, Surrey, and I stayed there for 8 years. And the more I think about it, the more I'm glad that I went through that. I think care had a very positive effect on me. Now, and in fact, a lot of my work is about saying, that care gets a really bad press, but I kind of think that there's actually positive elements to it which are never spoken about, and that's what I try and do in my kind of work. If I'm writing about the care thing, is to try and highlight those things.
Now, I listened on SoundCloud to your talk with the Inspired Youth. And I thought it was absolutely magnificent. And I think you're right. I think when people do talk about care homes and talk about fostering, you know, there is this taboo about it, if you like.
Well, if you watch, like in dramas, if they really want to frighten someone, they go, "If you don't do what we want, we're going to put your child in care." Yeah. It's sort of like, wow. I think one of the big. I wrote about this. I've done 3 books really about care. I think the new one, Colour Me Father, is actually the end of a trilogy, which starts with the looked after kid, goes to But Will Shine On, and ends with Colour Me Father. And in there I was saying that children, like my children's home was hidden away. Like in any town, things are visible. The football club, the bingo hall, the pub, the doctor's surgery, they're all visible. But children's homes tend to be, sequestered away somewhere on the outskirts of town. And, because of that, and because a lot is not written about care, a lot of things, myths or whatever, grow up around it. And it's very damaging towards kids who are in care. Yeah. And that's what I try and do, is to say, look, kids who are in care, it's one, it's not their fault because they're often made to feel it's their fault, and 2, there's a lot of positive things that you can actually get out of that experience. For example, when I was at Burbank, anybody who arrived there's a kind of psychic thing that you kind of know that you're kind of in a bad, you've got no parents, you're in a bad position, right? So there's a kind of understanding amongst all the kids. We never, and it's interesting, we never spoke about it. I never sat down with any of the kids I was with at Birmingham, even my closest friends, Des, Martin, Colin Nolly. I never sat down with them and said, "Oh, this is why I'm here." We never spoke about it. There was just a recognition, okay, something bad's happened to you, something bad happened to you. And then we just kind of connected on that level, which kind of meant that it didn't matter where you came from. We had posh. I remember we had Roger and Valerie, who were 2 posh, a boy and a girl. Posh. They were posh. Their dad was an army major or something, But I wasn't I tended not to be prejudiced against them or wherever you came from, because we all shared this same element in our lives. It got rid of a lot of of prejudice or anything like that. So there's a lot of positive things to be taken out. Loyalty towards friends. I learned about loyalty, and how important that is, because if you haven't got family, then friends become your family. So loyalty then becomes a very strong element in your makeup, and those are positive things, I think.
Another positive thing about the care home
Yeah.
was Val. She was a bohemian type of teacher.
She was fantastic. Yeah, Valerie. Yeah, she died. God bless her soul. She got what's that bloody disease?
MS. She had MS.
But she was great, man. She gave me Bob Dylan, Jack Kerouac, all these amazing, music and books. Because for me, music, books, football, film, they were the kind of things that I realised what it was. That those activities, if you're reading a book, watching a film, watching football, or listening to music, you're in the present. You're actually in the present. You're not thinking about the past. You're not worrying about your future. You're just put in the present. So I kind of really gravitated towards that. And so, she gave me Tom Wolfe, Jack Kerouac, Hunter S. Thompson. She played me Tim Hardin, Bob Dylan, Joni Mitchell. She gave me a lot of really, really good music, and she kind of taught me. I've been brought up, this mad foster mother I had. She was kind of like, oh, you got to go to Haileybury Public School. You got to go to Oxford University. You must succeed. And what she taught me, which is what I kind of write about in the Colour Me Father book, is that it's not about that. It's about happiness on the inside. And if you're happy on the inside, then it doesn't really matter what you do, because if you're happy, and obviously you're going to do things that make you happy. But if you got that happiness on the inside, then if you're a road sweeper and it makes you happy, then there's nothing wrong with it whatsoever. She taught me that, and it's a really valuable lesson. Do you know what I mean?
She also gave you books about Greek mythology, so you was like...
No, she didn't. That was the only good thing the foster mum did.
No, that's what I mean, your foster mother.
Yeah. I was reading Greek mythology when I was
about 5
6 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
yeah,
is...
I was down there with the Trojan horse, man. I was hanging out with the Trojan horse, having the time of my life. Again, another thing, once I started reading Greek mythology, I was in this really bad place. That woman beat me, locked me in cupboards, all that kind of, cruelty to children sort of stuff. But once I read, about Hercules or the Iliad, and these amazing, suddenly I was transported to ancient Rome or ancient Greece, and it was fantastic, So that's why books became so important to me, because they took me out of where I was.
And again, back to Child of Wonder, you referenced Hercules in that as well, didn't you?
I did indeed. Good spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I write about it in Looked After Kid. It's a passage I really like. It says, I'm Hercules, I'm Batman, I'm Sergeant Pepper, I'm Martin Chivers, I'm this, I'm that, And then I say at the end, I'm everything but myself, because that's one of the bad effects it has on you, is that you kind of get taken. Well, you haven't got the confidence to be who you are. So you kind of, I'd struggled with inferiority complex for a long, long time, probably till I was mid-30s, late 40s, early 40s.
And also, while you was in the care home, Mad Pat, how mad was Pat?
I used to be sitting on the toilet, and she used to come in. I'd be reading, and she'd come in and get the book off me and hit me on the head with it. And I'd be sitting there thinking, well, reading is a good thing, isn't it? I could be out stealing or something, or breaking windows, and I'm reading, and you're having a go at me, So we used to call her Mad Pat Anderson.
And then many, many years after, in fact 20 years after, you and Martin met up in a pub.
That was great. Martin,
yeah.
I shared a bedroom. There was me, Martin and Des passed this year. God rest his soul. But me, Martin and Des used to share this bedroom, which was great, because we were all into kind of similar things, except Martin was obsessed with money, right? He just kept on, the only thing to do in life is make money. Make money, make money, make money. And I was like, oh, you know, money's, you know, I was like hippie, man. I was like, no, money's evil. Art, films, books, you know, that's the way to go. And so we used to have these massive arguments about, you know, was it better to read a book or make money? You know, and it would go on for hours. So in the end, one of us, I think it was me, said, look, you know what we should do? In 20 years' time, right, you're going to go your way, I'm going to go mine, right, and then in 20 years' time we're going to meet and see who was right. And Des lived in Guildford, and one time I went down to see Des, and I walked into the pub, and there was Martin, because Martin lived in Guildford as well, and Des had got hold of him. I was like, oh, wow, I haven't seen you in ages, you know. We were sitting there having a drink. I said, well, do you remember that pact we made? He said, yeah. I said, okay, you go first. And he goes, you know what, Paolo? He said, I've made loads of money. I'll go into the building game. I've made loads of money. If you want some money, I'll make it for you. It's the easiest thing in the world. He said, but do you know what I'd really like to do? I said, what do you want to do, Martin? He said, I'd love to write a book. And I went, well, you know what, Martin? I wrote 20 books. You know what I'd like to do? He said, what? I said, I'd like to make some money.
It's a little bit like a kind of man in the corner shop moment, wasn't it? Where, you know, the ethos of that song is we're never happy because we all want something that we don't necessarily want. So the boss wants to be the worker and the worker wants to be the boss. And
yeah,
I suppose
well,
that's in all of us.
Well, that's it, isn't it? You kind of... It's another thing I write about in Colour Me Father. It's about illusions. You know, we get sold illusions. You know, get this and your life... I was like it all the time. When I was 14, I went into school and Enzo was reading The Enemy, Enzo Esposito was reading The Enemy, and I'd never seen The Enemy before. I had no idea music papers existed. And he showed it to me, and the light bulb went on, honestly. I thought, that's what I'm going to do in life. That's it. I was 14. I was really lucky, man, because then I had a direction. I knew exactly what I wanted to do, so I put everything into it. And when I was 24, I joined The Enemy, right? So, you know, it's taken me 10 years. I'm this kid from a children's home. You know, I've come to London with nothing, no money, no family, nothing, you know. And I've got to The Enemy. I've made it at The Enemy. And after about 6 months, I thought joining The Enemy would solve all my problems. I would just be so happy that everything else would go out the window. And I was more miserable than ever because it was an illusion. It was an illusion that we kind of, you know, we buy into. You know, if you do this, then, you know, everything will be great. I start the Colour Me Father book, I start by saying, I used to walk down the street and pray to God, just give me $1 million. Sorry, £1 million. Give me £1 million and all my problems would be gone. But he never did. But he gave me my son Rafi, so that's a treasure beyond. So, you know, it works in different ways. But that's the illusion. You know, we buy into these illusions. That you know, if we get these things, we get the big house, we get the swimming pool, you know, whatever, it's all going to make us happy. And it's just illusions.
And that is your latest book, Colour Me Father.
Yeah.
Your first book was a beat concerto. And
yes, it was.
I bought that
in 1983, I think.
83, and I'm going to put it up there now. Everyone can see that, a beat concerto.
Have you got the original copy?
I have, yeah. It's got all the battle scars as well, Paolo. Yeah, I thought it was absolutely wonderful. I always wanted to ask you, who's Colonel Boogie?
That's Weller, Paul Weller.
Is it really? Okay.
That's Paul Weller. He was the thing he writes about me at the beginning.
Okay. Oh, is that Paolo Hewitt, like a lot, born in 1958 on the 11th of July. Although born in England, his ancestors trace back to Naples, the Italian ghettos of New York. Oh,
some of it's true.
Got ya. Oh, okay.
You might want to skip over the had trials for Tottenham Hotspur and go into the last 5 bit.
Yeah, I did wonder about that, but you are a football fan, you are a Tottenham fan.
I'm a huge Tottenham fan,
How did you get into football? Was that while you was in the care home?
No, it was when I was with the mad woman. It was when I was with the mad foster mum.
Oh, right.
I don't know, I must have seen George Best or something, but I used to, they had this weird little shed thing in the middle of the garden, but it didn't have a roof on it. It was like this brick sort of, I don't know, brick sort of construction, and I used to have a tennis ball.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, if you ever want to be, and I'm doing this with Rafi, practice with a tennis ball.
Yep.
Kick a tennis ball against the wall 100 million times and you'll get good at football. So I played a lot on my own, and then I just really got into it. And then in '67 I was living in Bagshot, and on the radio it said that Tottenham Hotspur were playing if I get this right, Derby in the semi-final of the FA Cup. And I suddenly thought, whoever wins that game, I'm going to support them. And you know, like when you're a kid, you forget these things. And then I was at school, it was on a Thursday, I think, and this kid came out and said, Spurs are playing Chelsea in the 1967 Cup final. And I went, well, what happened to Tottenham Hotspur? And he went, that's Spurs, you idiot. I thought, that's my team then. And we beat Chelsea 2-1, and it's been a roller coaster ever since.
It certainly has. You want to try being a Birmingham City supporter, that's one hell of a roller coaster ride.
No, I can imagine, my friend, I can imagine. We used to beat you, actually, didn't we?
Everybody used to beat the Blues.
Yeah.
That's no hardship, to be quite truthful, Paolo. How hard was it, though, writing Colour Me Father? Because originally it was on the dawn of your first smile. It was originally going to be called, and you started writing.
Which I was, because what happened was, so 3 years ago, Rafi arrived.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, I'm looking at him, I think, am I going to write about him, right? And I kept saying, am I going to write? And I could find no way into it. Do you know what I mean? Nothing happening.
Yeah.
And then it was his first birthday, and they brought the cake in, and he was standing with his back to everyone, and they lit the cake, and he blew the candle, and everybody sang happy birthday, but more importantly, they applauded, and that was the first time he'd ever heard applause.
Yeah.
And he turned around and he had this smile on his face, and it was just like, I don't know, it just triggered something. So I started writing the book that night. I just started writing about his birthday. And then I kind of just let it go where it wanted to go. It was kind of, so it starts with his birthday, it goes down to the playground at the end of our road, over to a nun who tells me something, back to Rafi, over to Wood Green, over to, you know, all these different things I was just writing about as they kind of do. It was stream of consciousness, you know.
Yeah.
But it was that smile. So I came up with this title, On the Dawn of Your First Smile, because that smile really meant something to me, like a first smile, which I thought I was very pleased with. I thought it was like, you know, like a Byronic, you know, Lord Byron poem. You can imagine one of those epic poems, can't you? On the dawn of your first smile, you know, that kind of thing. But in these Google times, if you put on the dawn of your first smile, you know, these days you've just got to be so clear about what it is. You know, you can't mess around. So, on the dawn of your first smile, if people put that into Google, it would probably lead you to a Shelley website or something. So I changed it to Colour Me Father, Open Letter to My Son, so that if people think, oh, I like that book, it's an open letter to his son, or something about father, they can put that into Google and then it will come up. Colour Me Father is taken from an old song by the Winstons. Do you know that song?
I don't, to be fair.
Oh, check it out, man. It's beautiful. It's about a kid whose mum's about to marry. His father's died, and the mum's about to marry her new, you know, the new love of her life. And it's written from the kid's perspective, and he's thinking, do I like this guy? He's going to become my father. Do I like him? And he does. He goes, yeah, he's a great guy. I think I'm going to colour him father. I think I'm going to colour him love. You know, it's a beautiful lyric and it's a beautiful song. So I thought I'd take that and then add Open Letter to My Son. So it says exactly what it does on the tin.
And you were also reading Oscar Wilde at the same time, wasn't you?
Yeah, I only read De Profundis. It's a piece of literature I've always loved. I read it back in the 80s. I bought a complete works of Oscar Wilde, and that piece and the piece on socialism really, really spoke to me, and especially De Profundis, because there are parts of it where it's a man at the end of his life, and he's looking back on it, and he's seeing all the kind of mistakes, and you know, he was, and I've always loved that piece of writing. So for all the time I was writing Colour Me Father, that's all I read. I read that just constantly. I'd go to bed and read it, wake up and read it, on the tube and read it, on the bus and read it. Just so if any little bit of its magic rubbed off on me, I'd be happy.
And again, the writing process, whilst you was writing it, you take your dictaphone, so you're taking Rafi to nursery or to wherever, and then you'd record things, and then obviously you'd write them down, because that you don't want to miss anything, do you? So you was... No,
I would... So Rafi was born. His mum took a year's maternity.
Yeah.
And then one day she went, "Yeah, you take him." I was like, "What?" She said, "Yeah, all yours. I'm going back to work." I was like, "You can't do this. I hang out in Baritalia looking cool. What are you on about? I can't be doing all this." And she said, "Well, it's all yours now." And off she went. So I had to start taking him to what are called stay and plays, little nurseries in the morning, bring him home, feed him at lunchtime, take him down the park in the afternoon or whatever, you know. And we did that for a year and a half. And it meant I spent a lot of time just walking with him, pushing his pram. And I would be thinking about things. So I'd be thinking, okay, I've just written about, I don't know, how I joined the enemy, where can I go from there? Oh yeah, what about if I go from there? Oh yeah, I've got that. And I've got this little dictaphone, and I'd talk into it. And then when I'd get home, I would play it back and remind myself of what it was. And then I would write on a couple of the nights during the week. And then on the Saturday, I was kind of very hard-headed about it. I was like, no, I'm at the British Library every Saturday. And I'd go there because it's a beautiful place, the British Library. It's so quiet. You can really... You know, it's meditative, really, and you can. So I used to write there every day, every Saturday. I would write there, and then during half term, because Rafi's mum's a teacher, then she would have him, so I could get into the library more. So that's how it was kind of written.
And then on the Sunday, you had a day off. You didn't do any writing at all, did
and
you?
on the Sunday, I would go and watch Spurs and tear my hair out.
No, it's...
Why are you playing him again?
No, it's all on your website, which is all the W's, paolohewitt.com.
Yeah, you can only buy the book through there.
Yeah.
Because bookshops are now taking exorbitant amounts of money from, you know, before the books before even money goes to the book company. So the last book I wrote, But We'll Shine On, The Remarkable Orphans of Burbank Children's Home, I went into foils about a month after it. I'd spent 2 years on that book, real hard. I put a lot of, you know, if I do a book, I put real hard work into it, you know, because they're precious things, books, so you have to make them as good as you can at that time, you know. And I went into foils. I said, have you got a book called But We'll Shine On by Paolo Hewitt? And they went, yes, it's in the parent and baby section. And I thought, it's lost. It's completely and utterly lost.
Yeah.
So this book obviously means a real lot to me, and so I thought, no, I'm gonna just do it online. I've hooked up with Lois Griffin, and he's got a little book thing, and he prints them up, and we're going to sell them through the website, and we're going to do it that way. And
Lewis, got to say, he's an absolute top geezer, works his backside off and really cares about what he does.
Yeah, he's all right.
Mind you, he's a Chelsea fan, so I'm guessing you two have right rows.
No, the reason I went with Lewis was because he published mine and John Hellier's Ronnie Lane biog last year.
Yeah.
Was it last year?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Thank you. And at the launch, he came up to me and he said, I'm not just saying this, he said, but I heard you on Soho Radio, which is a little local, you know, obviously self-explanatory Soho Radio.
It's Eddie Pillars, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not Eddie Pillars.
No, but yeah, Eddie's on there.
Eddie's on there, and Jeff Barrett, and anyway, I'd been on. A friend of mine works for it called Martin Copland Gray, and he'd invited me on about 6 months before, and I'd read some of the Raffi book. I was working on it at the time, and I said, "Can I read something?" Just to see how it sounded, you know. And Lewis had heard it, and he said, "I really, really liked it." So the next day I sent it to him. I said, "Look, this is the work, you know." Because I was quite taken that he'd bothered to listen, do you know what I mean? Because I thought when I was reading, I thought, there's probably 2 people listening to it, and actually 3 people listening to it, and 2 of us are in the studio, you know. So I was quite impressed, and then I sent it to him Saturday morning, and I think Saturday evening he came back, he said, I couldn't put it down. He said, I just love this, I just think it's amazing. And I thought, you know what, you know, to have someone who's that passionate about your work pushing it is a really valuable thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not somebody who's like, oh, it's another book, throw it out there. You know, it's somebody who and he's been like that the whole way through. So, you know, I'm really glad that I've hooked up with him and that he's part of it.
Yeah, we linked up with Lewis.
Apart from the Chelsea thing.
Yeah, a few years ago, and he's an absolute top bloke. We talk quite a lot and support each other. In fact,
he told me about why you were called Gabby.
That goes back to the old
I've
WM.
got to find the panorama you're on, man.
Oh yeah, that was blimey, that was 1994 with the Blues in me old black cab. Yeah, singing "Keep Right On" and me taxi nearly fell to pieces when it hit the pothole down St Andrew Street. Who did the artworks? I love the artwork. And how come the colour green as well? Is there any connection?
No, I'll tell you what that was. So, one time I was here with Rafi, and I can't draw to save my life, and obviously he can't, but I kind of like did a little head with a thing on it, and then he did a squiggle and a little circle and I looked at it and I thought, that's the book cover.
Yeah.
That is the book cover. It's just great. So I put it to one side, and then when I hooked up with Lewis, I said, okay, look, this is what I want for the book cover, right? This on a white. He said, yeah, that's great. And then he sent me this idea where all the words were coloured. So colour was green, this was red, this was big. And I said, no, it's too busy. Just make one word. And so he just came out with that colour in green. And I just thought it looked lovely. So we went with that.
And it comes out on the 19th of November.
It's published on the 19th. You can pre-order it at www.paolahewitt.com now. And it's published on the 19th. And what I like to do is as many readings as possible. So if there's anywhere in Birmingham that you think would be good, let's talk, because I'd love to take it all around the country. This book, I'm really kind of proud of it, and I really want to kind of, give it a good reading, So and I think it works well when it's read loud. It's powerful. So if there is anywhere you can think of, just get in touch and let me. Or if any of your listeners think, oh yeah, bookshop's no good because they're not going to make any money from it. But if there's, I don't know, a library or a public space somewhere, I'd be well up for coming up and doing a reading.
Or in a top room in a bar where it's a little bit quieter.
Yeah, top room in a bar, wherever, man. It'd be great.
Okay. Yeah, leave it with me, because I actually work for a bar in Ayleshowen, and they've got a nice little space up on the top.
Oh, okay. Well, let's do it.
Yeah,
let's do it in December.
Yeah, and some of your other works that you've done. What's your connection with Bar Italia? By the way, I've seen you on YouTube talking with the guys there.
No, it's just that I used to, obviously being half Italian and whatever, I used to gravitate to there a lot. I know Tony. Oh, I was going to do a book on it. I was going to do a book on Bar Italia. No, I wanted to do a book on... see, this is the kind of thing that happens to me, right? So, obviously Italians in England are of great interest to me, right?
Yep.
Like the history of. And the history of Italians in London is really interesting because they got here in 1830, at the early 1800s, settled in Clerkenwell. And I've always wanted to write a big history of the Italians in London, because all that Peaky Blinders stuff mixed up with that. You see, there was a guy in Clerkenwell called Darby Sabini. He was kind of like the head of the gang, and they used to clash with the Peaky Blinders. So using Bar Italia, I wanted to use that as a kind of a way into the Italian thing. So I got to know Tony very well, and we had a couple of meetings about it, but nothing came of it. But then they had their anniversary, and he asked me to interview them for their thing. So that's how that came about.
Because again, you're really creative. You like to do different things, diverse things. Well, I've got one of your other books as well, The Greatest Footballer That We've Never Seen. Talk to me briefly about Robin.
You never saw, Mr. Robin Friday.
Yeah, talk to me about him. He fell, didn't he? And had a...
Well, that was my Oasis days, and Griggsy, who I got really well with, is, as you probably know, a complete football head. He can name you the left back in the Russian World Cup squad of 1934. Do you know what I mean? He's like that. Anyway, I went to Chicago to do a piece on him, and he was like, "Paolo, have you seen it? I'm really, really annoyed." I said, "Why?" He said, "Look at this." And there were 5 pages in Shoot magazine, written by a guy called Graham Ray about Robin Friday. And I went, "Why are you so annoyed?" He went, "Because I've never heard of him. I don't know who he is, and I don't like that." So, well, look, when you get back, they had the summer off. It was this summer of '96, and it was great. Euros were on, and it was Oasis time as well, which was huge. And anyway, so every Wednesday we would meet and we would go down to the Reading Evening Post, and we'd go into these. We'd go into their. Was kind of, you know, their papers weren't digitalised. You know, they were. It was just these dusty volumes. We're in this small room with all these dusty volumes, huge volumes. You know, and the thing about Reading Evening Post, it was daily paper, so you'd have to go for every page, you know, to get to the sports page. So we started in late 73 and went through to 76. So that's like 700, 800 newspapers we had to go through, looking for anything on Robin, this guy Robin Friday. But the thing was, Gabby, it just got bigger. The story just got bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
So, you know, so you'd see Reading have signed this guy from Hayes, blah, blah, blah. Reading are going to give this guy from Hayes his debut, amazing debut from Robin Friday, scored a goal. Afterwards he said, well, I was going to chest it down and backheel it in, but I thought it was my debut, so I won't be too flash. So I just side-footed it into the net. And, you know, I think, wow, and, you know, and then it gets bigger, and sensation Robin Friday, da-da-da-da-da. And, you know, obviously there was a story there. Then we found his twin brother, Tony, and then the journalist, what was his name? Clive the Hound Baskerville. But the great thing as well was he was our contact at the paper, and he would come down and he'd go, here, Grigsy, the local MP says that people who take drugs should be put in mental institutions. And Grigsy would say, well, the guy's a total, complete tosser, and he should, you know, those kind of people should, you know, go off and, you know, live on an island somewhere and, you know, leave the rest of us alone. And then we'd go the next week and on the cover of the paper say, Grigsy from Oasis slams local MP, you know. It's brilliant. And so we discovered this story, this amazing story about this guy who, you know, just played an unbelievable football for Reading, and just completely, you know, off the scale when he was off the pitch. I mean, he was banned from pubs all over Reading. He was up to all kinds of business. He wouldn't go into training till the Thursday, but he'd score a hat trick on the Saturday. You know, he basically got Reading promoted, but he had this completely outlandish lifestyle outside of it, and it was just amazing. And it was Grigsy who came up with a really good quote. He said, if George Best was football's first pop star, then Robin was football's first rock star, you know. And the funny thing was that a lot of there were these shots we had of Robin, and it just looked like Liam Gallagher, you know, squashing bottles of champagne and that kind of stuff, you know. So it was just a great story to you know, to get into.
And there was going to be a film made, wasn't there?
They're still going. We're still working on it at the moment. It's just very difficult to get it off the ground. You know, but it's still alive. You know.
And on that YouTube clip that I saw of you, you were saying that he worked as a builder, didn't he? And he had a fall.
Yeah, he was on the roof. He was a roofer.
Yeah.
And he fell off, and he fell onto a spike, which went up his arse and missed his heart by about an eighth of an inch.
Yeah.
And he pulled himself off that spike, and they rushed him to hospital, and 3 months later he was back playing football.
And you reckon
quite incredible.
That may have been the moment where he just thought, well, life's too short, I'm going to just do what I want to do?
Yeah, I mean, in the film, that's how we kind of, that's how we're running it, yeah. Because you would do, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
You're just, you know, life's so random.
Yeah, it is.
For all of us.
Yeah.
I mean, I was talking to someone the other day about the fact that there was this guy, and he was walking down Camden High Street, all the cares in the world, and a shop sign fell on his head and killed him.
Yeah.
I mean, how random is that? You know, you don't know where it's coming from, do you? So,
No.
you know, live each day, you know.
We know where it starts, but we don't know where it ends. But while we're on the journey, let's
Yeah,
enjoy
yeah.
it and let's get on. And the Mumper as well with Mark Baxter, you did that, didn't you?
Yes, yeah. Hooked up with Mark over trying to buy some photos for a book I did with Weller called The Soul Stylist. We were looking for photos for it, and we met Mark, and that didn't work out. But Mark had an idea for a book, which became The Fashion of Football. And then he gave me these notes he'd been doing about his life on the print. And so he would send me his kind of chapter, and I would kind of write it and then, you know, send it back to him, and he would add to it. and then it got made into a film. And I wish I'd known more about films then than as I do now, because it had a great cast, but well, for me, it just didn't work at all. You know, as a film, it was. I thought it was a complete waste, really. It was. There's certain rules you do in screenwriting which were kind of ignored, and I kind of rendered it a bit of a nothing film, really.
Shame. What else are you working on now? Because I'm guessing that you've always got something on the back burner. So what's next for Paolo Hewitt?
What's next is okay. I'm working on a script. I'm really trying to. For me, Cabby, the books thing is kind of very. There's books are kind of going through what record companies went through with. Spotify and all that business, when digital came, and book companies are the same. So I've kind of turned my attention to script writing, and I'm writing a script at the moment about Pete Meaden, the Who manager.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so we've got a director on board, and I'm just working on another draft, even as we speak. It's right in front of me. So that's what I'm doing at the moment.
Superb. And what's the easiest way for people to hook up with you, buy your books, buy your material? Because you must have done something like 20 plus books now since 1983.
I think it's 23.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a magnificent body of work, and a diverse body of work, which is what I love as well. And other things that you're venturing into. So your Facebook, your Twitter, I'm guessing the easiest way is paolohewitt.com, and you've also got an artist page as well, haven't you, on Facebook?
It's www.paolohewitt.com, and you can pre-order the book and read about it on that. And also I'm running extracts from the book there at the moment, so people can have a look at that. And I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram. I'm a modern kid, Gabby. I'm a modern kid.
You're on Twitter as well, the playground of the idiot, as Noel Gallagher once deemed it.
Well, he should know, shouldn't he?
I think we'll leave it on that one. That's quality. Cheers, Paolo. All the best, mate.
Thanks so much, Gabby. Really enjoyed it, mate.
Anytime you need us, we're here for you, and we'll put everything on our SRB
Radio.
Radio.
Take care of yourself.
Cheers, pal. Thank you.
Up the Spurs.
Cheers, pal. Bye-bye.
Regret is addictive for the mind. Force you to reach out to another life. Not over yet, still at your best, you can have it all back. Or are you deluded?
If love is deeper, deeper than all the seas, bigger than anything, stronger than pride, and if it's meant to be, but we're just afraid, so we fight our own destiny and keep it inside. Walls are closing in on us now. Are we so lost we just can't be found? If only I could let myself feel what I feel, I'd lose my mind and trust my heart, 'cause this time is real. If love is brighter, brighter than any star, and loves you for who you are, then why do we hide? And if forever means there's no space or time, and this is our moment now, let's take it and fly. There's no walls that love can't bring down, no fear it can't turn around. If only I could let myself feel what I feel, I'd lose my mind and trust my heart, 'cause this time is real. Our love is deeper, deeper than all the seas. It's bigger than you and me. It's stronger than pride. It's bigger than you.
That's enough of that then.
My queen of music,
It
Lina
is,
Loy,
yes.
her latest song, Stronger Than Pride, written with Frank Fitzpatrick for the new movie Love Jacked. And before that was Survival Code, Take It As It Is. What would you take it as it is? What do you like to take as it is?
Toffees with the nuts in.
I don't like nuts in toffees. Do you? I don't. I'm not a great lover of nuts. To be
Thornton's
truthful.
toffee, you know.
But what I do take as it is life, and thank you
thank
so
you.
much to
Richard.
Paolo Hewitt for that wonderful interview.
Yep.
I love talking to people that interest me, and Paolo interests me. The fact that I bought his first book in 1983 about a Jam, my favourite band of all time, and when someone has a body of work as diverse as that, and you know, I love. I love all that stuff. It's like with music, isn't it? You don't want to keep just doing the same stuff. And, you know, as soon as you hear a record, you go, oh, that's whoever. I like listening to something and going, wow. And that's what I like with Lina as well. Lina does so many different things. She can sing anything like blues, jazz, you know, rock and roll, soul. I just love that in a person, and I love that in an artist. Come on, what we got on next, mate?
We're going to have Dig Lazarus.
Who?
Dig Lazarus.
Again, this is what I love about the Biscuit Boys show, that we have music sent to us for our tracks at sports-radio.co.uk that we have absolutely no idea what it is.
No, we've not heard this one. So.
No, but I love all the diverseness of everything. I just think it's beautiful. Let's have it.
Here we go.
Tell me why you're left alone in the cold. Tell me why you've got nobody to hold. Tell me why you've got no place of your own. could call your own. It goes on and on until the morning comes, because you got no place that you could call your own. Explaining me your tragedies in your own words will be the death of me, you know. Speak a little louder, stand a little taller, got the devil on your shoulder. Speaking right to buy your time and cross that line. It goes on and on until the morning comes, because you got no place that you could call your own. It goes on and on until the morning comes, because you got no place that you could call your own. It goes on and on and on and on and on. It goes on and on and on and on and on. It goes on and on and on and on and on. It goes on and on and on and on and on. It goes on and on and on and on till the morning comes.
Because that goes on. And
Yeah, it went on and on, and it went off and off,
till
didn't
morning,
it?
till morning
You know,
comes
yeah.
about. So there you go. Dig Lazarus. Tell me why. Go on, tell me why.
I don't know. Why?
Useless.
What? It's like, you know, why?
You're not following the script at all today, are you?
Sorry?
You're not following the script
I
at all
don't
today.
have a script. I go
No.
off piste. Missed
Yeah, you missed me.
you. Yeah. You watching Wales tonight? I
Uh,
don't like football unless it's
Oh,
Birmingham
I
City.
thought you were
You
about
don't, do
Wales, floaty, swimmy, fishy for
Well,
Wales.
where are you going to see Wales
Exactly.
floating, fishy in Solihull?
Exactly, I'm thinking, where am I going to find flipping
Mind
Wales?
you, if you was going to go and watch Wales, you know, not Giggsy's
Yeah.
Wales, but Wales that have got that, you know.
Oh, the squirty thing at the
Yeah,
back.
yeah. Why do they have the squirty thing?
So they can breathe, that is.
Oh, is it really?
Don't
Don't they breathe through the mouths?
No, I'm guessing they suck it in and blow it out.
Suck it and see it, innit?
Yeah, back to the old
Where
suck
would
it
the
and see it.
closest place go to see Wales then?
Yeah,
If I said to you now, right, we're going to go and watch Wales.
Scotland,
Yeah, it probably would be, wouldn't it?
probably, yeah.
But a bit north of Scotland.
Yeah, Orkney's around there, Shetland, you'd see 'em.
Would you really?
Oh, God, yeah.
Out there towards Greenland.
Yeah, minkies.
Yeah. Do they live in cold or hot waters in Wales?
Cold and hot.
Do they?
Yeah.
Would you have them round the Bahamas and stuff like that, Wales?
Oh, you don't want them around the Bahamas.
But would you have them like sharks?
Sharks, you'll get them in Bahamas.
Yeah, that's what
you
I'm
get them
saying.
in Cornwall.
Yeah,
Anywhere south.
yeah, but they're only basking sharks,
Oh,
aren't they?
no, you get some nasty ones down there.
Do you really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do, yeah.
What's the horriblest kind of shark then?
One that bites you. They can be pretty nasty.
Mind you, they have great whites, don't they?
They do, yeah.
Great whites, great bites.
Yeah. A great white was spotted not long ago down Cornwall way.
Really?
Yeah.
But that's what Jaws was. Well, I mean, I know Jaws weren't real,
No,
but
it was a plastic thing, wasn't it? Yeah.
but the anime, I mean, like now,
Nah.
you'd laugh at it, really, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
you know the animation
Scary.
back in the 70s wasn't like what it
was
what it
still
is
scary,
today.
though, wasn't it,
Have
watching
you seen
that,
that
yeah.
scary movie at the moment that's supposed to be like really, really scary?
What's it called?
I don't know. I just seen it on Facebook. It's supposed to be really scary, frightens you senseless, and makes you throw up. Alcohol usually does that with me.
I need to know what it is. We're actually watching something on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
Oh, that's it. The
Oh, is it
House
really?
Unhaunted. Hill.
I think that's it.
Yeah, you know what?
Have you threw up yet?
No.
Okay.
We somebody says, "Oh, you need to watch this." So we binge watched 4 episodes straight off.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you wasn't that frightened?
Well, I couldn't see through my eye. I was like, hands like that. But Ellen likes all that sort of scary things.
I don't like scary stuff. I can't watch Casualty.
Yeah.
I mean, I struggle with Doctor Who, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not,
I couldn't put the bins out for a fortnight.
it's not working with me.
No.
Doctor
What do you
Who.
like to watch?
What do I like to watch?
Yeah.
I like history.
I'll tell you what I missed last night. Strangers. England were on, weren't they? I missed Strangers.
Ah, right. Don't think I've been watching. No. Oh, we have, yes. Yeah.
In
With,
Hong Kong?
With what's it out of...
Yeah. Life on Mars.
Life on Mars.
He always reminds me of Weller's mate. Oh, by the way, Paul Weller's on later tonight.
Yeah.
Martin Freeman.
Oh, I like Martin
That bloke.
Freeman,
What's
yeah.
his name, the other bloke?
Hobbit.
Yeah, but the other bloke that was on Life on Mars.
Oh, yeah, Glenn.
him. No, it's him.
Yeah.
No, not
Glazer.
him. Not the one that was dead. Not
Yeah.
the one that went round in the cars. The one that was dead. He had the easy roll. He just lay there dead. He was a copper. He got something happened to him. He was in a coma.
Yeah,
But it's the bloke that was in the coma,
Oh, I
not
can't
the
remember.
bloke that
I know you mean. Yeah.
done other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's trending on
I
Facebook
forgot what I
and
was going to
Twitter?
say now. Oh, have you been watching Killing Eve?
No, I've seen you. You said
You need
that.
to
I love
watch that.
Killing
It's one of
Eve.
the best
I thought
things I've
you
seen on
murderous
TV.
bastard.
It's great. You'd like it.
Is it?
You'd like that.
Comedy though, isn't it?
No,
It is.
it's not a comedy. Killing
Ain't it
Eve.
finished?
No. It's eight episodes. It's only on episode 5.
Oh, by the way, Jimmy Coburn, his album is out. Waterloo Key. It won't work in just me. Because I said to you, didn't I?
Yeah,
It won't work in, but it is now.
amazing.
I know. So I'm. It's Jimmy. Let's just. Yeah, there it is. Well, I'm gonna put all the information up on SRB Radio's Facebook page. But Jimmy Coburn's Waterloo Key in vinyl format is out. So
Right.
I'm gonna go to his website and buy one. I've also got to get Kenny Ibbitt's book. I'm interviewing Kenny Ibbitt in a few weeks' time on the 6th of November at 11 o'clock. On the 30th of November, we've got Joe Gallagher in here. And next
Okay.
week, we've got Paul Devlin. And then on the 13th of November, it will be My Life, My Music with my pal Alan Hudson. And then on the 20th, the next Biscuit Boys with my co-host, Stuart Landon. Yeah, come on then. How do you find what's going on Twitter these days and
I know.
Facebook?
Should we play a song and you can have a look?
Yeah, go on, why not?
Okay, here's Lenny Arnold and On the Ceiling.
Tell me you can't get enough, baby. You know how you say it drives me crazy. I just never wanna leave your love. No. Yeah, your body is medicine I need daily. Without it, I don't wanna touch that theory. No, I just never wanna leave your love. No. Yeah, it's like magic when we get together. Making love to save the world a better. We gon' make this good love. We gon' make this good love on the ceiling. Yeah. On the ceiling. Yeah, baby. Connected to your hips, can't no one sever. 'Cause making good love is our superpower. We gon' make this good love. We gon' make this good love on the ceiling. Yeah. On the ceiling. Yeah. Baby, your flavor still rests on my lips. It's a taste that I just can't resist. I just never wanna lose your love. No. You're the only one who makes me feel like this. Yeah, old school boy, it's like it's my first kiss. Yeah, I just never wanna lose your love. No. It's like magic when we get together. Yeah, making love to save the world a better. We gon' make this good love. We gon' make this good love on the ceiling. We gon' make on the ceiling. Yeah, baby. Oh, connected to your hips, can't no
Lenny Harold.
Yeah, decent. Yeah, bit like, you know, soul
Yeah,
funk.
like
innit?
that sort of thing, yeah.
Jimmy Coburn, you can buy his new album, Waterloo Key, out now on all formats off his website, which is jimmycoburn.co.uk. And on the back of it, it says, special thanks to my lovely daughter Sadie for all her hard work and inspiration, my dad Jimmy Coburn Sr. for listening immensely for all his wisdom, for my mum Julie and Sharon for all their support, Jeff Baker, Billy Butler and Gabby Cabby who've backed me all the way. Thanks, Jim.
Nothing.
No,
Nothing.
nothing for you.
Absolutely
Just Gabby.
nothing.
I think we
It's
should
all
change.
you,
change
you.
the Biscuit Boys. Put you in a little box.
Exactly.
The Gabby Show.
Yeah.
You're just the producer.
Yeah, like in the
okay?
Total
And have
Talk.
me. Yeah,
Yeah, just
exactly.
stick me in
Have
the
me with
corner.
the HD. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, stick me in the corner on the Total Talk with a little flipping pocket
And you
camera.
can listen to my daily playlist show
Why
on
do I
SRB
bother?
Radio.
Your daily playlist.
At 2 o'clock.
On my radio station.
With Jimmy's current and latest single, Second to No One.
Why do I bother?
Yeah. Come on,
Right,
what you got next?
We're having a Jimmy
Joey?
Coburn ban now.
Sorry?
We're having a Jimmy Coburn ban.
He's got the
I think there's time to alter it.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay.
Come on, what you got on next,
We're
mate?
going to have Dangerous. It's either Dangerous or Fade.
You
or
do a
Fade
really good
or
job,
Dangerous.
don't you, really, to be fair?
Oh, it's one of those songs that's come in.
It's
There's
tomato
no
or
links.
tomato, isn't it?
Yeah.
And guys, when you fill in, like, the links, put, like, artist name and then song title.
It does help.
Because it does confuse this idiot. You know.
It's actually a good track for that.
Is that you one of my kind of bad mistake, taking all my lies, so pretty and fake. What's behind the sad eyes? For a minute, think you saw what was really on my mind. A touch of evil, it could be a simple little crime. You can only think of him, how he broke your heart. Are you gonna do to him what he did to you? What he did to you? What he did to you? Yes, we're dangerous strangers out tonight. Yes, we're dangerous strangers, just you and I. I can't move as we glide across the floor. The anger in your aim only makes me want you more than I can take. Take me here and now. I can't think about her back at home right now. For a minute, think you saw what was really on my mind. A touch of evil, it could be a simple little crime. You can only think of him, how he broke your heart. Are you gonna do to him what he did to you? What he did to you? What he did to you? Yes, we're dangerous strangers out tonight. Yes, we're dangerous strangers, just you and I. Yes, we're dangerous strangers out tonight. Yes, we're dangerous strangers, just you and I. I can't drink.
Just
go.
dangerous strangers. Strangers, well, some strangers are dangerous. Some strangers are nice. But as a kid, you're told don't talk to strangers,
Never
especially
talk to
them with the sweets.
Never talk
Yeah.
to strangers.
It's World Food Day.
Is it?
Yeah. What's your favourite food?
I have to say,
If I was taking you out. I said that
it's
when
no good trying to get round me now.
when
because of
my
what you
missus
said
was in a
before.
restaurant and she said, I said, John, sit down. If I was taking you out, not that,
Yeah.
what would you eat? So he was telling my missus what she should have.
What was it?
I can't remember. It was ages
Oh,
ago.
right, okay.
It's also Halo. I don't know. It's a higher intelligence which is coming, but I can't read it, so it's pointless, ain't it? Really. Tuesday thought. What would your Tuesday thought be?
I'm still trying to think of what I would have to eat.
Well, you
never
think
let me
about
finish.
roll both of them up as you thought, and what you're going to have
can't
to
do
eat.
both. Can't do
Blue
both.
pizza 60.
I like anything spicy.
Do ya?
Anything.
I had
spicy.
chili last night. Fantastic.
I love chili.
Yeah. But instead of kidney beans, she put like baked beans in there.
Well, it's not chili then, is it?
Well, it's chili without the, the
Without chili beans.
no. Well, they're not like chili beans, are they? They're like
chili beans.
but it got the spice of chili, so it was nice. And Restart a Heart Day is trending. Restart a Heart.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. I've got nothing to hide. Who said that?
It wasn't me.
No. It was, I'm not embarrassed. She's also, she has got nothing to hide and she isn't embarrassed. Who am I talking about?
She's got... Theresa May.
No.
The Queen.
Stormy Daniels. Mind you, I think Stormy Daniels would probably be better off being the PM.
Stormy Daniels.
The one that Trump...
Oh, the one that he... Wait.
that he didn't, but he did.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So, several dads respond after Piers Morgan mocks men who carry their babies in a pouch. He's a pleb, isn't he, Piers? He gets
It's true,
right up
though,
my,
isn't he? That
but he
you-
gets
you-
up my nose.
You do look stupid.
Well, if you want to carry the baby in there, carry the baby. I just think sometimes some people, if they've got nothing to moan at, it's all about like me, and it.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather shows interest in fighting Khabib. You know, that one that fought Conor.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah.
But I don't know how that'll work because Conor
Depends what
McGregor is a scrapper.
It depends what they do, whether it's boxing or MMA, isn't it?
Yeah, but if it's like boxing or MMA, I mean that bloke he ain't a fighter, is he? He's a grappler.
Yeah.
So like, how's
That's
that
what I
going
mean.
to work?
So if Mayweather went into the ring
You
doing
get battered.
MMA, you get battered.
Yeah.
You get
But why would you have that? Because Floyd Mayweather, I'm guessing, is a shit wrestler,
He's a great boxer.
and this bloke's brilliant.
Yeah.
This brilliant wrestler, probably a shit boxer.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
why would you want to fight? Like, what's the point?
Money, that's why.
It'd be like kind of like so I don't know. England playing England like at cricket and football. You know, the England cricket team are playing football against Spain, and then the England cricket team or football team are playing cricket against Sri Lanka. What would be the point in that?
No point.
Ridiculous.
Pointless.
Exactly. Come on then. What we got next, mate?
Okay, last but one track. This is Shiraz, which we heard a little bit of.
Done the dirty.
Early, yeah, done the dirty.
Let's have it
Last
then.
track, here we go.
Give me a reason to call out your name. You still with her, she's still with you. You call me up, boy, you playing again. You still with her, she's still with you. Love me, don't lose me, I'm lost in the dark. My eyes are open, you left your mark. Saw you with her, now you watch me depart. Give me a call, say that I am the one. I know you should've from what has begun. Gonna die, so boy, we are done. Where'd you go? Where you gone? You'd say you stay, but then you run. I opened up, I let you in. Say you stay, I guess you win. Where'd you go? Where you gone? Say you stay, but then you run. You done the dice, so boy, we are done. months slipped by, now you stood at my door. Let you in, we're gonna win. Pleading for me with your knees on the floor. Let you in, we're gonna win. Love me, don't lose me, I'm lost in the dark. Your eyes were closed, now you're falling apart. Just saw you with her, now you watch me depart. Give me a call, say that I am the one. I know you shouldn't from what has become. You've done the dice, so boy, we are done. Boy, we are done. Where'd you go? Where you gone? You say you stay, but then you run. I opened up, I let you in. You say you stay, I guess you did. Where'd you go? Where you gone? You say you stay, but then you run. You done the dice, so boy, we are done. Yeah, I guess you were fun, but now two's become one. Yeah, you got me like ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, I guess you were cool. Yeah, but boy, you a fool. Yeah, you got me like ooh. Where'd you go? Where you gone? You'd say you stay, but then you run. I opened up, I let you in. Say you stay, I guess you will. Where'd you go? Where you gone? Say you stay, but then you run. You done the dice, so boy, we are done. Where'd you go? Where you gone? Say you stay, but then you run. I opened up, I let you in. Say you stay, I guess you will.
Good track that is. What?
Yeah, Shiraz,
Yeah.
named after a grape. Isn't it?
Well,
Shiraz.
yeah, I'm guessing she wasn't named after a grape.
No, and I'm guessing it probably her name wasn't Shiraz,
No.
which it might have been.
Might have been.
I'm guessing also that somebody didn't email Apple and complain that they got no cream cheese in its bagel emoji. I'm guessing. I mean,
I'd have complained as well.
but who would be sad enough to do that?
Exactly.
Probably someone that just makes a penis out of blue tack while other people are working.
Yeah.
The same kind of mentality.
Who would do that?
I don't know. I can't think of anybody. Yeah. And the Premier League's back this weekend. Have you missed it?
No,
Now
no.
we only like watching Birmingham.
I
Who
watch
Blues got the weekend?
I watch the Championship, but I won't watch.
Hold on. So you watch the Championship, but you won't watch the Premier League. Why? Because Blues aren't in the Premier League.
Boring.
The Premier League's boring,
Yeah,
and the
it's just
Championship
boring.
is what?
It's
exciting.
It's more grassrootsy. It's more real.
It's more real. Okay.
Yeah.
So if Birmingham were in the Premier League, would you watch the Championship?
Oh yeah.
Who have they got the weekend?
They have got. Come on, remind me.
I don't
We was
know.
only talking about it last night.
I don't go no more. I don't look at fixtures really. I like to look at players and see who's playing.
Yeah. Oh, Stoke in it. Is it Stoke?
Oh
away?
yeah, of course it is. Stoke away.
It's a big one.
Stoke away.
Yeah.
And Villa
Sold
have
out.
got the other one of the other teams have got relegated. Swansea at
Yeah.
Villa Park. 42,000 looks like it's going to be a full house.
It is. Yeah. Yeah.
Good appointment, to be
Yeah.
fair. I think for the first time in a long time, the two Birmingham clubs, City and Villa, have got good management in place.
Wow. Dean Smith.
Yeah, I think he's a good manager.
Don't think it's a bit too much for him.
Why would it be?
Why is
Did
Paul-
they say what happened when Bill Shankly went from Huddersfield to Liverpool?
So you
Was it
hang on,
gonna be
whoa,
too
whoa,
big
whoa,
for
whoa,
them?
whoa, you comparing
They were in the
with Bill
second
Shankly?
division. No, what I'm saying is they were in the second division. What happened in the olden days? Like with Derby County, did Cloughie go from Hartlepool to Derby County?
Yeah.
But did they say, "Oh, is it too big for him?"
Derby County
when
Derby
Chelsea
County weren't big then.
Sorry,
They weren't big then.
well, Villa ain't big, are they? They're in the second division.
No, but they're still
Well,
a big
they're
club.
Yeah,
They're
of
a
course
massive
they are.
club.
Of course they are.
Whether you like it or not.
But they're not big in terms of whoever lights that fuse at Villa Park has got a right good gig. Same as at Birmingham.
Any fuse, any club.
Yeah, but when you're looking at two sides from the second biggest city, if you've got a manager
Are they
that
a
can
big club
really make inroads both at Birmingham and Villa, you've got two very, very good football clubs there. And I think that when you look at the way that Dean Smith, in fact, one of probably the last few shows that I've done with Devlin, I've been saying Dean Smith for either like Albion or the Villa, because I think he's a tremendous manager. I think he's done a great job at Walsall. I think he's done a brilliant job at Brentford. And he's had to sell his better players. I mean, Birmingham have had half his team.
Yeah, that's right.
You know,
yeah.
so
yeah.
he's consistently had to sell his better players and consistently produced good football teams that play good, fast-flowing football. So I think he's good. And I do like Gary Monk. I think Monk is the best manager that Birmingham have had for some time. So I think there could be an upturn. Yeah, it's about right with you. Upturn in the fates of both Birmingham City and Aston Villa. And I've always been an advocate of you need both of them teams in the Premier and round the top. Because if Villa are top, Birmingham want to beat them, that makes you a good team, and it's a race to the top, where over the last few years it's been a race to the bottom. We're better than you. Really, who cares? You're both shite. There we go. Right, come on then.
Good night.
God bless. We're going out with the swagger and heart and soul.
Well done. You read that. Goodbye.
Here's how the story goes, hoping that no one knows. Lend me your ears and eyes, okay, okay, okay. One day I'll make her mine. I think of her all the time. I'll give her my heart and soul, my soul, my soul, my soul. My, oh my, such a pretty face. My, oh my, the girl you can't replace. My, oh my, such a pretty face. My, oh my, the girl you can't replace. Knocking on her front door, hoping for so much more. I'll give her my heart and soul, my soul, my soul, my soul. I'll give her a gentle kiss. Don't wanna come out of this. I'll give her my heart and soul, my soul, my soul, my soul.